I'm still working hard here on my new website, soon to be launched. I'm so pumped about it. We're working very hard for the past months and learning basically Webflow from scratch, but enjoying this process so much of you seeing things live and doing basically everything I want in one tool. And here's one thing of those, and that is to create parallax effects on things and images with mouse movement in the screen. So as you can see here, this is how it looked like after I did it. It's 3 different devices basically on the right side. Each of them is one image in PNG, and I do those by overlapping them with different C index, and then I do parallax triggers in Webflow of if your mouse is left and right and up and down. So you get this really nice, small, subtle effect like we all like when you scroll down this page to give this more depth and dynamic. So I want to showcase how I did this in Webflow, so stick with me and let's do it. Alright, so here we are in Webflow and the setup is pretty simple. As we can see, we have a column section that is left and right. We have column 16 to be left. I haven't really named these yet. But the one left is housing the title, paragraph, and a button. And the right one have each of these device images. And as you can see, they are on top of each other. And that's because we have the positioning absolute. Otherwise, they will be stacked and not visible like this. So this is key to have them on top of each other. And since they are in the same size and dimensions, we don't have to position them separately in pixels. So then the first thing we do here is to go up on interactions and we click on page trigger. We want to add a new one that is called mouse movement in viewport. And then we do play mouse animation. And then we have this one that we created. I'm going to recreate it now with you. We click plus and we can now name this devices parallax or something. All right, and here is when the fun begins. So we have to then select whichever element we want to add into this interaction. As you can see here, it's 0% of the x-axis, which is on the left side of the screen, and 100% is over here. And same with y-axis, is 0% here and 100 here. So we're first on device background. Let's click plus here, and then we do move. And then we can do one first and see how that looks like. So we then can play around with this. So as you can see, the device background will now move. So let's say when it's in the top, we want this to slightly go up. So let's say -10. And then when it's all the way to the bottom, we want it to be 10 instead. And then we can tap this live preview and we can now move this in view and see how it looks. And yeah, that was x-axis, not the y-axis. All right, so in that case, it shouldn't move up and down, it should be left and right. So we can then hold down option and then click here again to reset the value. Now we can do 10 here instead. And then we do the same on this one, and we do -10 on this one. And live preview. And there we have it. That's pretty good. And we can go ahead and go into the device 1 and do the same thing. So right in here, we click move and we got the same thing. And now we do this all over. But now we want to add a higher value to give that parallax effect. So let's go crazy and do 20 just to prove a point here. And that is minus, of course, in the top. And then in the bottom, we do the same thing. 20. And now we preview this. All right, and then we do device 2, and we do this all over for each of these, and by each step, let's say we add 10, so -30, and then on this one we have 30. All right, this is going to be some very dramatic parallax for sure. And then we do it again, we do -40 pixels. And then +40 pixels. Something happened here. -40. Oh, there it is. Maybe change the target. So we can right click and then change the target. And then we can tap it here on the left side. So now it works. Alrighty. That's pretty cool. But then we lose this whole y-axis. We don't have that yet. So that's why this could work, but it wouldn't feel as natural as it would be in real life. So let's definitely add the y-axis. It's going to be the same thing, but plus and minus, up and down. I'll probably fast forward a bit of this to make it faster. All right, so here with that last one, then I'm gonna add minus 40. So let's see how this feels like. Yeah, so there we have it. And then you can play around in any dramatic or less dramatic movement. You can have maybe 10 and then 18 and then 29 and like more incremental moves. So we can actually move that away. We can do that now. We can do 50 on the device number 3 to really get that one to peek out even more. So it's not really the same steps from the background to each of the device, right? So there you see it really jumps out of view. And then you can add on anything else. You can do the same thing on this entire column here on the left side that moves left and right with the view and the mouse, and that's pretty much it. And it looks really nice when you scroll through this page. You say, oh, it actually follows my mouse, and then you get stuck for a moment. You get some delight, hopefully, and you make a sustainable memory of your site. And now I just want to give a shout out to my good friend Erik. He's a VFX and 3D artist. He did these devices for me. This is a view of how it looked like before. A really bad mock-up that I did in Photoshop, just hacked it together. And if you need any sort of 3D work or VFX or anything, hit this guy up. He's also a freelancer that do a lot of cool work, and you should definitely book him if you have availability. So that's it for now. Hope you liked this video, and let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts or need any help. Check the description for more resources and material. And as always, subscribe for more, and I'll see you very soon again.